Hello, I am Krishnan Sharma and we are going to tell you about impacts of climate change on wildlife. Climate change is a change in the weather found in a place. This could be change in how much rain a place usually gets in a year, or it could be a change in usual temperature in a place. People who study Earth see that Earth's climate is getting warmer. Earth's temperature has gone up about 1 degree Fahrenheit in last 100 years. This may not be seem like much, but small changes in Earth's temperature can have big effects. Most scientists say that human can change climate too. People drive cars, heat and cool their houses, and cook food. All those things take energy. One way we get energy is by burning coal, oil, and gas. Burning these things puts gases into the air. The gases cause the air to heat up. This can change the climate of a place. It also can change Earth's climate. So we would like to discuss and shed some light on the how climate is affecting the wildlife and other species alike. So now Sirista would discuss some factors affecting wildlife.
So, in order to discuss the effect of climate change on animals and plants, the first point that comes to our mind is how the changing temperature affects the life of animal and plants. We know that each organism can survive and flourish in a certain temperature range. That could be quite narrow for certain organisms, as the possibility of getting infected by the bacteria becomes very high for them. We know the plants and animals are distributed biogeographically. Some plants and animals are placed near the equator and some are found near the poles. The temperature variation with the altitude also play a very important role for the habitat of different types of plants and animals. Now, as the climate changes, the temperature gradient also changes in both latitude and altitude. So many special organisms which can survive in a certain temperature range can relocate their habitats further north at higher latitudes. Now, regarding the animals and plants that live near the top of a mountain, their habitat shrink as they get closer to the peak of a mountain. So the animals and plants that live on the top of a mountain, just because they need a very cold climate phase, have the highest risk of extinction, as they cannot relocate their habitat further to a colder place if the mountain warms up. Just for example, the polar bears, they need a very cold climate and lives in the Arctic snowfields. So they are in high danger of extinction if their habitat melts due to the global warming. However, as I said earlier, that the global warming also affects other species of animals around the world. Many of them can react to climate change by migration. The researchers have calculated that at present, on an average, the species move 17 km towards the northern and southern poles and climb about 11 km higher on mountains in 10 years. These estimates are 3 times higher than the estimate that we obtained in a decade ago. In general, the more adaptable species have greater chance of survival, but some react more sensibly than the average. The IPCC predict that 1 in 3 species would die out if the global warming would continue. Now let's come to freshwater ecosystem, that how freshwater ecosystem changes as temperature changes. Freshwater ecosystems such as river, lakes, wetlands are the home to a variety of animal lives, including fish, mammals, and fish-eating birds. They would be affected by the increase in water temperature, thawing of permanently frozen ground, and breaking up of ice cover earlier in spring. So we can see that the increase in global temperature would lead to a catastrophic conditions. In order to prevent such catastrophe, our first challenge is to drastically reduce the use of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and eventually the natural gas. We have to power our home with renewable energy. We also have to reduce the amount of heat trapping emissions that we are releasing into the atmosphere. We must stop the deforestation. So basically, we have to reduce the global warming emissions and ensure that the communities have the resources they need to withstand the effects of climate change. So now let's come to our second major factor, that is water. And Krishnakant will discuss how the changing water level and concentration affects the wildlife.
Due to change in the climate, sea level has been rising at an average rate of approximately 1.8 millimeter a year for the last 100 years. Sea level rise has been attributed mainly to an increase in global temperatures and the subsequent thermal expansion, which causes the upper 500 meter of the surface ocean to expand, with a fraction of this attributed to the melting of ice sheets and the glacier due to global warming. While sea level rise affects wildlife, it may have profound effect on certain animal species which rely on coastal ecosystem, which are mostly affected by sea level rise for breeding and feeding. Sea level rise is predicted to significantly impact on coastal environment in coming century. Rising sea level will cause flooding in lowlands, increase the saline content of groundwater, and increase erosion of land. It would also intensify storms which are related to warmer ocean water. This will affect animal species thriving in the coastal ecosystem, which will have to migrate. According to IPCC, rising sea level will have a number of impacts in the coastal environment, including wetland and coastal flooding, erosion, salinization of soil and aquifers, and the loss of fish, birds, and a wide variety of other animals' habitat. Now, I will take two examples and explain how climate change affects them. Rising sea level has a great impact on the coral reef ecosystem. Sea level rise causes a decrease in solar radiation at a sea surface level, affecting the ability of photosynthesis to produce nutrients for coral. Whereas a sudden exposure of coral reef to the atmosphere due to a low tide event may induce coral bleaching. This the melting of ice sheets contributes to the increase the levels of world oceans. This affecting certain animal species in Arctic. One such species is polar bear. Polar bears rely on ice sheets that abound on the Arctic Sea to find their prey. Global warming is causing the ice sheets to melt earlier each year, affecting the survival of polar bears. It is predicted that polar bear will not survive total loss of sea ice covering during the summer. It is estimated that population of polar bears is of a little more than 20,000, and this amount could decrease by the year 2050. The possible solution to these problems could be to replace incandescent light bulbs with energy efficient fluorescents. Tell a friend about the problems the sea turtles and earths are facing. Knowledge is the power, and collective influence can force change. Plant vegetation along the beaches to provide better nesting habitat. Look for the alternative source of energy like solar or wind. Next, Jen would like to discuss the effects of climate change on the food web. As the ice melts, the sunlight hits the water, giving energy for microscopic algae to grow. These algae become food for tiny armies of zooplankton, which become food for fish, birds, and whales. The Arctic or is small fish that is very important part of food web. It eats mostly zooplankton and lives in water at very low temperatures due to type of antifreeze in its blood. It is the main source of food for some whales, seals, and birds of Arctic. Less ice and warmer water has a direct impact on Arctic world. Less ice and warming water means that life is far more difficult for polar bears, walrus, and seals that rely on sea ice to hunt and rest. Polar bears need to eat almost 50 seals a year to survive, and they only hunt from mid-spring through summer and start of autumn before the ocean freezes over again. Spring rains instead of spring snow can cause the collapse of snow dens and death of seal pups and polar bear cubs. In some places in Arctic, the ice is melting much earlier, forcing polar bears to scavenge in human settlements before they can go out on the ice to hunt. This early melt causes them to miss out on their main source of spring food. Mother polar bears are getting skinnier and fewer cubs are surviving in the southern regions. Now, land web processes. Warmer weather means the frozen ground is now melting in the southern Arctic, turning dry ground into a bog. This is influencing the caribou migrations, causing them to many detours. These detours impacting on hunting traditions of the Inuit people who depend on caribou fur. In winter, caribou dig up the snow to get at shrubs and lichens below. When icy rain falls instead of usual snow, the food becomes impossible to caribou to get it and it dies. This changing climate throws out of balance of nature. This is also affecting birds such as sandpipers and plovers. Now we are discussing about specific animals which affect
due to the climate change and food. Now, Idle penguin. The Idle penguin survival is it's being questioned by scientists over the precise cause for sharp declines that correlate with the rapidly changing climate. Colonies of this little penguin on the West Antarctica Peninsula have declined by at least 80% since the 1970s, and this is an area with more years of warm average sea surface temperatures than other regions. Changes in sea temperature and sea ice affects the availability of food, and where fish population have fallen, the penguins have to eat more krill, which is less nutritious. The nest sites may not be ideal if warming is creating premature melt and puddle on the ground, as eggs cannot survive if they are lying in the pool of water. The ringed seals rest on sea ice, conceive beneath it, and give birth upon it, excavating snow dens on the surface of sea ice to shelter their newborns. These dens keep the young warm and keep them young, warm, and depends upon sufficient annual snowfall. Warmer spring temperature causes snow dens to collapse and the ice to break up early, separating young from their mothers and exposing them to cold predators and pathogens. The ring seal reproductive rates are already showing declines associated with climate changes. They are the primary source of polar bear. Polar bears live on eucalyptus leaves. The global warming increases the content of CO2 in atmosphere, changing the chemical composition of eucalyptus and making them toxic to koala and other wildlife. So now Shubhdeep would like to talk about the causes of effects of climate change on disappearing habitat of wildlife and places to raise a young.
Droughts caused by global warming could dry up 90% of central US wasteland, eliminating essential breeding habitat for ducks and other migratory species. Rising sea level could change salinity and decimate mangrove forests, leaving many fish and other wildlife without a place to breed, feed, or raise offspring. Species may not be able to adapt to this rapid climate change or to move fast enough to more suitable areas. The chief threat to the polar bear is the loss of its sea ice habitat due to global warming. It is on the Arctic that the polar bear makes its habitat, which is why global warming is such a serious threat to its well-being. In 2004, biologists discovered 4 drowned polar bears in Beaufort Sea and suspect the actual number of drowned bears may have been considerably greater. Never before observed, biologists attributed the drowning to a combination of retreating ice and rougher seas. A sea level rise of only 50 cm could cause sea turtles to lose their nesting beaches. As the earth gets warmer, plants and animals that need to live in cold places, like on mountain tops or in the Arctic, might not have a suitable place to live. If the earth keeps getting warmer, up to 1/4 of all the plants and animals on earth could become extinct within 100 years. Every plant and animal play an important role in the ecosystem, so losing one species can affect many others. Just like people, plants and animals will have to adapt to climate change. Many types of birds in North America are already migrating further north as the temperature warms. People can help these animals adapt by protecting and preserving their habitats. Coral reefs are created in shallow tropical waters by millions of tiny animals called corals. Each coral makes a skeleton for itself, and over time, these skeletons build up to create coral reefs, which provide habitat for lots of fish and other ocean creatures. Warmer water has already caused coral bleaching in many parts of the world. By 2050, live corals could become rare due to the combined effects of warmer water and increased ocean acidity, caused by more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The loss of coral reefs will reduce habitats to many other sea creatures. To help give coral reefs a better chance of surviving the effects of global climate change, swimmers and divers should treat these fragile ecosystems with care. People can also support working in groups to protect this coral reef. During the Carboniferous rainforest collapse, an extinction event 300 million years ago, climate change caused many extinction of plants and animal species. Reducing our consumption of fossil fuel is critical if we hope to make a difference before it is too late. According to IPCC report of 2007b climate change, many animal species have responded to regional warming and changes in vegetation by exhibiting poleward and elevational shifts as their current habitat becomes unsuitable for them. Changes in the timing of spring events, particularly in migration and breeding, has been observed in many plants and animal species around Earth due to substantial change in the climate. And now, to conclude the discussion, I would like to quote a very powerful statement of ex-President Mr. Barack Obama. So, we have a choice to make. We can remain one of the world's leading importers of foreign oil, or we can make the investment that would allow us to become the world's leading exporter of renewable energy. We can let climate change continue to go unchecked, or we can help to stop it. We can let the jobs of tomorrow be created abroad, or we can create those jobs right here in America and lay the foundation for lasting prosperity. Every small effort by us to keep a check on climate change is going to matter greatly for our future generations. It is now a matter of survival. Thank you.